What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, Titans fans? Titans fans. This is Jock from Tennessee Titans Weekly. And I'm going to personally say I'm back. I know my boy Hawk will be on in a minute, but hey, as he says, welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, man. So, again, my name is Jock from Tennessee Titans Weekly, man. And I know I've been missing in and out, but I'm back. I'm back intact and talking these Titans, man, trying to get ready for this season, man. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Weekly family. Thank you, Bleach Report, for giving us the opportunity, man. And man, we're just gonna hop right in it, dog. So, right now, the Titans are in what we call mini camp, not training camp, but mini camp. And I think I just seen Hawk. Hawk, is that you? Oh, it's not Hawk. All right, it's not Hawk. But Hawk's gonna get on in a minute. But Titans are going through mini camp, man, and there's some good things being talked about in this particular mini camp. Now we know we've been here before with the Tennessee Titans. I think this happened last year where mini camp, OTAs, training camp, got good stuff coming out. You hear about Traylon Burks making plays. You hear about Will Levis throwing dimes and blah 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 blah. But it's a different day, different time, different draft class, different set of players. Everything's just different, man. So, man, we're gonna get into it. So, first topic I want to get into is Jeffery Simmons, man. He's back. Okay, he's back. He's back and intact. I know Jeffrey has his way of doing things, which I'm actually okay with. And he has his off-season training that he does. He misses voluntary camps. He misses OTAs, and sometimes he dabbles back and forth with minicamp. But he's usually at minicamp. But he did show up on Monday, and he is down. I think Jeff said he's lost a couple of pounds. I don't know the pounds that he's lost, but he's lost a couple of pounds, which is actually pretty good, man. I've noticed when you play at a certain weight and you slim, it really helps you. What up, Hawk?
What's up? What's good? Can you see me?
Can't call it, bro. We in here talking about Jeffery Simmons, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you see me pretty well?
I can see.
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
Yes, sir. So,
yes, sir.
I want to get into this Jeffery Simmons conversation, man.
Yes, sir.
He hasn't been in voluntary camps. You know, Jeffrey does his own thing, right? He has his own off-season program. But Jeffrey has lost weight, man. He looks
he has.
He looks quicker. But will that help him in the season, right? We know Jeffery Simmons, man. He's been a hell of a player since we drafted him. He's been a game contributor. I'm not gonna say a game record, but he's been a game record when he needs to be. For this season, man, when we're looking at Jeffery Simmons, what's your expectations, man, for him to be successful? One, two, to get his name up there with the big names of D tackles in the league right now, and three, what will it take again to get him over the hill, man? And that poll question is out there because we're gonna go off of sack numbers. Let me ask you a question: if he goes under 11 sacks, is that a failed season? If he goes over 11 sacks, is that a positive season for Jeffery Simmons, man? And we got that poll question out there, man. And go ahead, Hawk. What's your thoughts, man?
So, I say more than anything, too, with Jeffery Simmons, even looking at OTAs right now, him and CAM WARD are going back and forth. And I like that, actually, right? I like that because it's bringing out the competitive spirit out of both of them. I think for Jeffery Simmons, we do have that poll question out there. Brian Callahan is actually, he's actually emphasizing like, hey, Simmons need to do his thing this year. He's on his final year of his contract. Jeffery Simmons is our best defensive player as well, I think, as well. I think Jeffery Simmons needs to have at least 11 sacks. I'm saying 11 sacks. I understand he's a defensive tackle, not coming off the end or anything like that. But with the more mature T'Vondre Sweat, you got Sebastian Joseph Day, you got Arden Key. You got guys, man, that can get some type of leverage up front. Jeffery Simmons has been double teamed most of his career, just like a lot of good defensive tackles, which I would consider him a good defensive tackle. But to have a successful season in 17 games, 11 sacks, I would say needs to be over 11 sacks. Can we get 12, Jeffery Simmons? He has the ability. He has the strength. He has the know-how. He has the ability. Jeffery Simmons is a hell of a D tackle. The sack numbers might not quite say that. I know that's what the pressure is for defensive linemen or quarterback sacks. But I say 12 sacks minimum for him to be considered to have a successful season for me. What about you, Jacques?
Man, I agree. It's about that time. again, if you want to be considered, I'll use Jarrell Casey for example, right? Jarrell Casey was a D tackle. Jarrell Casey, man, he averaged about 10 sacks a year, right? At the D tackle position. So, and technically, Jeffery Simmons is better than Jarrell Casey, right? From a draft position, from a height perspective, from a strength perspective, you would think, right? But at the same time, it's like, hey, what happened? What's happening, right? We need that full-fledged energy. So hopefully him losing weight, sometimes it helps you, right? Sometimes it doesn't, right? So my thing is, yes, 11 sacks should be the expectations. And I think the Titans organization are looking for something in that ballpark, right? For him to get his sack numbers. Like Callahan said, he's a good contributor. He is, but we need somebody to wreck this thing and take this thing over, specifically on the defensive line. So for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure, Jacques, for sure. So Jacques.
Yes, sir.
Question for you, man. So we're talking a lot about, with Jeffery Simmons and the OTAs, but the biggest talk right now has been Cam Ward, right? Mm-hmm. And we've seen the highlights. Even yesterday, there was a particular time where Cam Ward threw 18 completions in a row. And we're continuing to hear from the veterans that the things that they're seeing. I saw the text that you sent me about Darrell Baker, speaking on comparing him almost to Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. I've seen, other guys as well, just saying just him being a rookie. Jeffery Simmons was impressed. A lot of guys are impressed. And what I've been impressed with are the fact that these are coming from defensive players, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of hype right now for Cam Ward, a lot. So tell me for right now, as of today, as far as OTAs, no pass, no nothing, do you think right now Cam is being overhyped? Mm. Or do you think like where he's at? Tell me, what do you think? Do you think he's being overhyped at all?
Okay. And that poll question is out there, by the way. No, actually, this is to me, and probably to you as well. This is expected, man. This is what he's been doing, man, since he's been even in Incarnate Ward. Is you've heard these stories when he comes in 5 a.m. He comes in, he got his heads in the playbook. They've even said he had to kick him out the building. Security has to escort this joker out the building. I think I even heard a story where he's leading the rookies. They all come in at 5, and he's basically leading meetings to learn. People think that football or just anything you do in life is just okay. I'm gonna use sports for example. I think football. They think, okay, if you're athletically gifted, that's cool. But everything else comes with that, the mental, the preparation, everything that you got. It's expected, man. I am not surprised, actually. I'm excited to see how the media, the local media, the Titans players are reacting, because me and you have done extensive study on Cam. And it's like he's done this throughout his whole entire football career. And you give him an opportunity, he's going to do it. And I think even like you said with Darrell Baker, when he compared him to Joe Burrow, it's like, okay, as a defensive guys, we were defensive guys. When you got a solid quarterback on your team, you're like, okay, that Joker's gonna be something. He's gonna be pretty good. Him and Jeffery Simmons, like you said, are going back and forth. And I think when you gain Jeffery Simmons' respect, because Jeffery Simmons said when they were barking at each other, literally barking at each other, right? and Jeffrey's part of the Omega Sci-Fi, so it makes sense, right? And Cam is barking back, but he said he tried to rattle Cam, and when after he did it, Cam threw a 45-yard pass down the field. He thought he hit a shot in the middle. Like, he has no fear, and you need that. And what you're hearing, even Callahan had a story of where he's talking trash to Jeffery. Okay? And as he's talking trash to Jeffery, Callahan is telling him to play. And it's almost like he ignored Callahan. So after the practice, Callahan said, hey, he said, tell me how you want me to do it. He said, do you want me to stop? Do you want me to wait on you so you get done so you can hear the play? And he was like, nah, coach, I heard you. And literally, Callahan said he heard everything he had heard from the play call. And he distributed the play call correctly. And no, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all, man. He's on time. Let me say this. For me personally, if I'm putting a milestone on it, he's on track.
All right.
He's on track. At this point, wait. The scary part is wait till preseason. Wait till you put it pen to pad. That's when the national media is really going to take. That's when the hype train is going to happen. Just mark my words. When the first preseason game go out there, That's even if they let him play, Hawk. I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's a whole nother stuff. But if they let him play, but just mark my words. But what about you, Hawk? Do you think it's overhyped? Do you think it's too early to get excited? What's your thoughts?
Facts, no paper, Jock. So this is what I say, man. So I have been listening to radio as I always do, and you do have certain, several, Titans media outlets that are saying that Cam Ward is doing really good, but to slow down a little bit, right? They saw a few things here and there and things like that. That's their own opinion, whatever. Cool. So I've been hearing that a lot too, outside of just him being overhyped. But here's the thing that I want to say. Yes, you and I have not been in practice seeing this in person, right? We haven't seen it. We only can go off of what we hear as of right now. As soon as the public is allowed to go see them, I absolutely will go up there as we do every year. But what I'm saying is, it's not the media overhyping Cam Ward. It's the players.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
Facts, no
At times, the media will be the one, oh, yeah, Cam is going to be the next Joe Burrow. But the players are saying this. And the defensive players are saying this. So, I think that's the part where I'm the most excited about is it's not coming from the media. So when you have defensive players, when you have Jeffery Simmons, who has the respect for him as a rookie, barking at him and things like that, I think that speaks very well of him as well, too. And when you're hearing 18 completions in a row, you see as well, even today, an interception he's thrown, and then right after that, he's throwing more completions. He's throwing touchdowns and things of that nature. Yes, I know they don't have pads, but, man, we're going off hearsay from the players. You don't really hear that often for a rookie. The advantage he has, again, he is the number one pick in this draft. I think that actually bodes well for him, meaning he's got some clout. It's like, hey, I'm the number one pick around here. But things have to go beyond that. So he has expectations of having to be great. And because his teammates are saying this, to me, that says a lot. And then you see the videos of him throwing the football. There's no question he has arm talent. And even some of the media folks that have said to say, hey, he's doing good, pipe down, but they do acknowledge, like, hey, man, they do see something. So if you put that all in a pie and you cut the ingredients, right now, I think from what we're hearing, I think the hype level is where it's supposed to be right now, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. We'll see how the season goes. But I think for where we are today, for what they have seen, I like what I'm hearing so far, Jacques. I really do, man. I do.
Give me 1 minute, Hawk. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you clearly.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But to your point, Hawk, it's a hell of a point that you just mentioned, where you said that it's the players.
Yep.
No disrespect to the Titans media, because you have real good media pundits out there that believe. But I'm like you, dude. When the players respect you, I take more weight into that.
Facts.
Than I would a media member tweeting. He threw an interception, man, like Brian Callahan, because I know they were talking about it in the press conference yesterday. I think it was yesterday, because he threw the interception yesterday. And it was like, he threw an interception. What does that mean? And Brian Callahan said, quarterbacks throw interceptions. It happens.
Facts.
Name me a time a quarterback hasn't thrown an interception. Always.
Yep.
That's when aliens are coming. Aliens are coming.
That's hilarious.
That's when they're coming. But when I hear that, I'm like, it's like, and I get it. It's a form of PTSD with the Titans. But it's like, that's all it is. It's a form of PTSD. But we kind of know, like, okay, I'll use it for example. You knew Derrick Henry was going to be that dude.
Yep.
And I never forget you.
More than anybody, dude.
Exactly. You were like, Jock, Derrick Henry is that guy. Listen to what I'm saying. Derrick Henry is that guy. Derrick Henry is that guy. And the media kind of trashed him too when they were saying he can't read gap coverages. Why did he go in that gap versus this and everything like that? So it's the same concept even with Cam. It's like, listen to what I'm saying. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we have something special. Just wait. Wait till you see it. When you see it, you're going to be like, whoa, what's going on, right? Oh, my God. Like, we're here. So, and I think even the Hulks, the offense coordinator said this. He said, Cam brings a swagger to the offense that Jeffery Simmons brings swagger to the defense. And I think we've always talked about this, where the defense side of the ball has more swagger than the offensive side of the ball. Now you have something where Cam brings that swagger to the offense, and we haven't had that Man, we haven't had that in a minute, so it's good to have that.
That's right.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the next topic now. L'Jarius Sneed, man, we're gonna talk about L'Jarius Sneed. We
Yep.
traded was a third round pick for L'Jarius Sneed. Let's go on 2
Yep.
years now.
Yep.
And I remember I told you, I said, oh, we lost Hawk. Oh, there you go. I think last year when he was playing, I was like, man, he looked like he's hurt, man. Something's off
Yep.
with him, right?
Yep. Yep.
And when I'm looking at him, he hasn't really lived up to that third round pick. Now he hasn't been at training camp. I know the Titans have him on a maintenance schedule, which they've done pretty good with that, right? He's
Yep.
coming off the
Yep.
surgery and everything.
Yep.
But what's your thoughts, man? Should we be patient? Should we be disappointed? Is it too early? Do you think he'll be ready? Does he need to be cut? Because, I mean, we done spent all this money on him. I mean, let's talk to us, man. And I'm going to put that poll question out there, too,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to go ahead and vote on that, please do. Go ahead, Hawk.
Jock, I'm disappointed as hell, bro.
Okay.
I'm disappointed, man. We did give up a third round pick. And on top of that as well, he signed a lucrative contract. You know what I'm saying? And, I know he's been hurt. I don't know to the severity of his injury. But, Brian Callahan has challenged him to say, hey, you've done your thing in Kansas City. We need to see what you do here in Tennessee. And he has not done that. Over the last 2 seasons, he's only played 7 games. So you have to look at that like, hey, man, you got to do better than that. You got to be on the field. You got to produce. And I mean, 7 games per season. That's unbelievable. That's nothing, right? And again, I don't know how bad he's injured, but when you do things, you do things in situations, even outside, say personally, again, I don't know the situation what took place, in the off season, the shooting on, I have no idea. So I'm not going to speak on that, but that doesn't help, right? That doesn't help the narrative. So the best way to do that, you got to get on the field, and the best attribute you can have is to be available. And he hasn't been. So I'm hoping that if he's hurt, if that's still the issue, that he gets healthy, he gets back onto the field, because we need L'Jarius Sneed. Listen, I still think our roster is not a good roster. We have a bad football team. We need all the players that we can get. L'Jarius Sneed is our 3rd highest player on our roster. We need L'Jarius Sneed on the football field. He is our best corner as well when he's healthy. He's a Super Bowl winning corner. He has the ability and those things. But when I'm hearing Callahan speak on that, he's not speaking confident as if, well, he still heard things. He's like, man, I need you on the field, right? So we can't see it because they won't allow, folks to get on the field as of right now. So I only can go off the language and the verbiage that I'm hearing from the Titans. I'm not hearing the confidence out of Callahan to say Sneed is still hurt. He still needs to get healthy and those things. He is basically calling them out like, I need you on the field. So I'm saying right now, I'm disappointed right now in what's going on with L'Jarius Sneed. Godspeed for him to get healthy and those things if that's the issue. I'm saying I'm disappointed. I'd like to see him on the field. What about you, Jacques?
I think he hurt himself by the incident, the off the field incidents. Not only are you hurt, but you have that issue. And again, like you said, we don't know the details and whatnot. We don't know if that was his fault. Sometimes bad association sports is what happens, right? So you it's your association that can get you in trouble. But I was excited when we traded for him, but I think I was more excited when we got Brownlee because I was expecting the newer, younger guys to step up. I think I'm in this time now where veterans are a good addition, but I want to see what our homegrown talent does. Mm-hmm. And when he was hurt last year, I was like, okay, this is the typical Titan thing to do. You trade for somebody and they can't give you value. Now, Calvin Ridley has done a very great job. I mean, knock on wood. He got 1,000 yards last year. So he's trending to be something nice, right? But when I look at L'Jarius Sneed, we gave up a 3rd round pick for you. Yeah, we got it back. We got and some. But at the same time, like you said, I need you out there. And right now, when I look at our corner depth is thin, right? We got Daryl Baker, you got McCrary, and you have Brownlee, right? I'm not 100% confident with that group, okay? To say the least, it would be nice to have that group. But I'm just not 100% confident, right? And so my thing is, if he can get out there, at least training camp, you can get me comfortable with training camp. And again, the Titans have him on a maintenance schedule. I understand that. But when you get out there, bro, I need about 7, 8 interceptions. I'm not even gonna do that to him. I'm not gonna do that to him. But I at least need you to shut that side of the field down. I need you to be what you were in Kansas City.
Right.
You don't get traded for no reason. That makes sense.
Yep.
That means it tells me you were hurt in Kansas City. I could have got value.
Man.
I could have got a 4th-round pick for you versus a 3rd-round pick. And I think that's on Rams. Like, hey, if he's hurt, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not Dion, right? Just be honest. You feel me?
Yep.
So that's my problem with what I have with him. It's like, okay, it was cool. Do I care? I do. But Brownlee is right now, to me, our feisty number 1 corner, right on the outside. Like, he's our number 1 corner on the outside. I'm like, okay, Brownlee, it falls on your shoulders, my guy. Do your thing, right? Do your thing. So, I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. Like, it's just the type of thing to do. So I think at this point, I'm more focused on our rookies and getting them caught up to speed, like Kevin Winston Jr. I'm like, hey, brother, we need you. And I feel like you're mature enough to get out there and do your thing. L'Jarius, you'll be there. But, bruh, if it don't work out, I expect the Titans to get a DB in the next year's draft. And it probably pick him high, right? Because we're going to just want to add to the stable. So
that's right. That's right, man. Facts, no paper, Jacques. You know, we need Sneed on the field, man. It is clear that, you know, there's something going on, and it's putting the Titans in a really bad situation as far as figuring out what should we do here, right? And we'll see, man. We'll see. Callahan has been very honest and open, bro. He ain't been holding back no punches, man. You know what I mean? Yep, he hasn't. So, yep, I can't hear you. So, I look at it like this, man. Because we cannot see what's going on there with the Titans. I do like the fact that Callahan is being honest and being open and letting people know, like, this is what we see. Now, the media is going to spin it however they want to, but I do think the push from Callahan is what got Jeffery Simmons back onto that field as well, too. And, and Jeffery Simmons, again, he's looking leaner.
Yeah, my bad.
Jeffery Simmons is looking leaner out there. Jeffery Simmons looks like he's going to do well. I told you, Jacques, I actually felt that Jeffery Simmons had a good season last year.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
He did.
I think of all our defensive players, I think our 2 best defensive players last year was Jeffery Simmons and Devontae Sweat, Brownlee being number 3. Those are our top 3 guys, 2 of them being rookies. You know what I'm saying? And so, I really think that with Callahan, I still feel like Callahan's job is on the line. I feel like he's like, man, I ain't holding back nothing. I'm going to let y'all know, hey, we need you out here, Sneed. Jeffery Simmons, I knew you took a day or so away. I keep hearing personal reasons or whatever. I have no idea in things like that. Man. Yep.
Yeah, got that case.
Yeah. But, being a 3-win football team, I know OTAs are voluntary, but, no one, in my opinion, can just sit out right now if there's nothing going on. You need to be out there.
Now, he was at voluntary. I did see him. He was at voluntary camp. He was there because they were talking about it or whatnot. So, again, we don't know. I don't want to pass judgment because the media can do that. And L'Jarius, you watching the show, bro?
I was talking about Jeffery Simmons.
Oh, you talking about Jeffrey? Oh, you talking about Jeffrey? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jeffery Simmons. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
He needs to be there. That's his thing. Like, that's what he do. Like, but I'm with you. Like, right now, the way the team is, they're trying to create a culture, and they're trying to. And I think Brian Callahan is trying to create his own vision of what his culture looks like, which I'm actually fine. I'm loving it. Actually, I'm liking how he's approaching it. You're not Vrabel, bro. Don't be Vrabel. Vrabel's Vrabel. Like, Vrabel, I look at both styles different, and it's actually amazing to see that Vrabel has his style. Now let's see how Brian Callahan's style. And I like the little pods that they're in, like the little pods. You heard about the little pods that they got where it's like 4-man pods, and they're getting to know each other and everything like that. So it's pretty cool to see, man.
Yeah, man.
Different approach, real different approach.
For sure, Jacques, for sure. So yeah, man. Yep. So I don't know if you've heard this. Again, this could be a media push. We hadn't seen anything, but there's rumors that Brandon Allen might be quarterback 1 when the season starts. Have you heard that?
I have not. That'll be.
Yeah, well, at least when the season starts.
Who said
with Cam Ward being the eventual quarterback,
right.
But they just said like when the season starts, like game 1, there's been rumors as even Brandon Allen even taking some QB1 snaps and things like that, and having Cam at 2 and Will Levis at 3. So I've heard. I thought that was an interesting take or whatever. So yeah, so even if that's the case, we know that's not long term, right? We know that's not long term. Yep.
Only way I see that happening is Cam gets hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only, and hell, I can even see Will Levis. I would want Will Levis to start over Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen is a fill-in, man. He's hell no. I feel like that's smoke and mirrors. Because but it wouldn't surprise me. It's the typical Titan thing to do, right? Instead of saying, "Hey, rookie, get out there, do your thing, learn thing." That's wild, Brandon.
It would surprise me. I would be shocked if that was to happen. Like, really? You know what I'm saying? That I would like to your point, unless Cam gets hurt or he's just out there just outperforming Will Levis. I would be shocked if Brandon Allen's quarterback 1.
It should either be Will Levis or Cam. Like that's the 2 young gunners that if I was coaching, be like, hey, but I don't see that, man. You want to piss off a fan base.
Yeah.
You want to lose a fan base and you want to make a fan base mad, do that if you want to. They'd be like, okay, what was the point of drafting him? You want to be the laughing stock of the league, which the Titans have been, but minus the 3 games, we've been a laughing stock of the league for like past 10 years. Continue to do that. They're going, and I've seen things. I've ran across a couple of videos of where people that are just evaluating the Titans and they're talking about Cam. And where they said Cam is not the clear-cut starter just yet. And people, just not Titans fans, just analysts are saying, hey, Titans, you might as well go ahead and name them the starter. If you don't, that's stupid. So when I hear stupid, I hear Titans. That's why I say it wouldn't surprise me. And I hate to bag on my team like that, but we have done some stupid things in the past. And it's almost like it's like a child. You keep telling them stop, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. They ain't gonna keep doing it. So after a while, you got kids, I got kids. The while you get tired, you're like, okay, you're gonna learn your lesson. Learn your lesson.
Yeah, for sure, man. So and I've been seeing, just videos and things. I've just been, just looking at just what's been going on there. I've heard certain players like Van Jefferson, the receiver from Nashville, those that might not know, doing pretty well. I've heard James Prochet, the free agent, has done well, even in kickoff and punt returns, catching passes and things like that. They say T'Vondre Sweat's looking good out there. Jeffery Simmons is looking good. I've been hearing J.C. Latham, of course, he's lost weight, looking good. So that's pretty good from what I've heard and seen, like at least on Twitter, Bleacher Report for sure, just on different things, different platforms. Have you heard or seen anything or anything at all?
Yeah, Eric the Alaminer, I think is his name. I heard he's been killing it. Now the pads come on, it's a little different story, but I've heard he's been amazing. Restrepo, I've heard Restrepo had a good day on Monday where he caught 7 passes. Which he has to make his mark on special teams, but if he keeps doing stuff like that, you'll make this team. Who else have I heard? Ola, the kid from UCLA, I've heard he's had good energy. They have his hand.
Femi Oladejo.
Femi. I've heard Femi has been pretty solid. Who else have I? Who's out there showing out?
I see Lloyd Kirschenberry's out there practicing.
Yeah, Kirschenberry, Zeckler.
That's really good. Ooh, I got something to tell you. I tell you this, man. I was looking at the offensive, so I heard a lot about Zettler today, actually. I think Zettler and Peter Skoronski, man, this might be a wild take, dude. Man. I think they could actually be top 10 as far as offensive guards.
I agree.
Zettler's a hell of an offensive tackle, bro. I'm offensive guard. And Skoronski, a first-round pick. If he could get it together, I really like the interior. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. But even Callahan was like, man, Zettler, that man could bench press a truck. He said that today. So those 2 guys, man, I might be really that might be far out, man.
You're not reaching. I'm thinking the same thing. Like you said, that interior and that right side, I think that's the side that I think if I had a concern, it's the left side because I don't know about Dan, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know. We paid him a lot of money. I could be totally wrong with him. I hope he's better than what we've had.
Yeah.
If he can even be half mediocre, I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
that right side and that interior, it's gonna surprise some people. And Cam is very elusive, so I think he'll be okay. If you can give him at least 70%,
Yeah.
he'll be fine. That other 20% has to get their shit together. 30% has to get their shit together fast, right?
That's right. That's right.
So
yeah, for sure. So, well, cool. All right. Well, Jacques, man, we want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the show today, y'all. Keep your eyes and ears open on the OTAs as far as what's going on. Please believe once, they do allow certain media to get onto the field. If the Titans are listening, man, put us out there right now. We'll go out there and cover them. But we'll definitely get out there very soon and cover it and give you our own perspective as far as what we see and everything. Again, shout out again for Bleacher Report giving us this opportunity. If you have not followed us, man, on Bleacher Report, shame on you. Do that today. Follow me at Lorenzo_the Hawk. You can follow Jacques as well at Jacques Merrill. We're on YouTube for sure. Tennessee Titans Weekly, man. Follow us there as well. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Tennessee Titans Weekly all throughout the board, man. You can follow us, man. Hey, we're going to give you fire content as we always do and as we always have. That's what we do, man.
yes, sir. And I know I've been missing, man. I've been on vacation. I've been coaching. Been doing a lot, man. So I've been missing in action. So I appreciate you, Hawk, holding down the fort. But as we said every show, man, when you do follow us and those entities, cut your notification bells on it. Definitely let you know when we go live or post any new content. Also, thank you, Bleacher Report, for blessing us with this opportunity. And Weekly family, we really appreciate y'all supporting us. Y'all been supporting us, man, since day one. So we appreciate that. Titans keep balling. And like Hawk said, hopefully we can get some media passes one day and just do our thing and do some interviewing. But we'll see. That might be something we can look at in the future. But Hawk, go ahead and take us home, man. Everybody have a happy Wednesday. And
for sure.
Take us home, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, we hope you have a great rest of your day and everything. And as we always say, and as we always do, folks, facts.
No paper.